So, to start with my religion, I would say it's Lutheran, although my line to it is not exactly straight. When I was a kid, I actually was baptized as Catholic. My family went to a Catholic church in Granger, it's pretty small. I went there my whole, and well, most of my life, I would say. I mean, by the time I was 13, they gave me a choice on if I wanted to go anymore because I went to Wednesday night classes to get deeper in my faith, and we also went Sunday on church together. And I had mentioned to my parents that the religion to me seemed very confusing, strict, and repetitive. And for 13, that seems like a really huge decision, but I ended up not being confirmed into the faith. My family also happened to get divorced, which is quite frowned upon in the Catholic religion. So after their divorce, I kind of backed away from religion. Just didn't really seem involved or desire to want to get into it. I think it just had something to do with my age, not specifically anything to do with lack thereof faith in somebody like God or Jesus or any of that. I completely believe all of that. It's just at my age, I just didn't see the purpose of going every Sunday to get deeper into my faith. I felt like I could do that on my own rather than sitting inside a church to do it with other people. So I did a lot of soul searching through my teenage years, you could say. And then when I was 16, my dad invited me to come live with him in West Des Moines, in which there's a very large church, Hope, Lutheran Church of Hope, I should say. And my stepmom at the time was super involved in the church. She actually worked there in the production area, like one of the head people. So I ended up going there to volunteer when I moved to West Des Moines to go to Valley and make some friends. So I helped out with the Vacation Bible School camp. Being around there and being around a church that was just so upbeat, had a ton of music and just really welcoming people. It was super nice. And for going through something as big as I did, like divorce, I feel like I just got more attached to that religion. And whenever I went on Sundays, I really felt like the talks were to me, like directly to me, like they related a lot to what was going on in my life, very personal issues, and it just connected with me quite a bit. And it was nice to have something connect with me rather than being talked at like I felt like was happening at the Catholic Church. And it just felt more relaxed, more natural. I still currently go to Hope. I don't go as often as I think I should. Not that there's really a requirement on how you should go to church. Actually, this Saturday, my daughter is getting baptized at Lutheran Church of Hope because I want her to have that faith foundation and base. And faith did help me a lot throughout my childhood in making good decisions, and I made really great friends throughout my church. Even though I'm not Catholic anymore, I still know those kids who were in that program with me in my small town. I mean, Lutheran to me, now that I'm involved in it a bit more, I just like the layout of it, the less strictness of it. I mean, the confessions all the time at the Catholic Church were kind of hard to follow, because at a young age, they're very hard for me to comprehend. We also had the rosary that we did a lot, like, oh, you did that wrong, 10 Hail Marys and 4 Our Fathers or something like that. So just a lot of the rules to Catholic Church were extremely confusing to me. And the older I've gotten, just Lutheran really seems like a good path. Although I think really religion is super, it's hard to explain. It's very personal. So I don't really understand sometimes putting a label on faith, because I feel like faith is just something that lifts you up, makes you happy, makes you feel stronger inside. It's an inner thing as well as an outer thing that affects everything. So I do believe that there's a whole cause and effect, and I would say, yeah, there's a path set for you, but I don't know. It's hard to really label myself as one religion because I haven't completely committed to the Lutheran Church. I just happen to go there, and that's where I enjoy going to learn about my faith and be involved and feel like I have that connection. I still pray on a regular basis as well. Every night, every time I go on a plane, because I'm so nervous, And when I'm having a really rough day, I will always ask God to give me strength because I know He's there for me. I know He's watching me. I just may not feel it or see it, but it's happening. So it's just hard. I do have faith. I wouldn't say it's got a direct name. I am involved, even though I'm not exactly involved like everybody thinks you should be in the church. I just feel like faith is something you define. You could pray more and have more of a deep connection out in a lake fishing thinking about God than you might have in a room surrounded by people in a church. You got to find that personal connection. If you can't personally connect, that religion isn't worth it. You need to connect. You need to have that because that's what makes that strong. So it's my thing on faith. And honestly, I'm probably the only one in my family who still continues somewhat in faith. A lot of my family just doesn't really go anymore. So I'm pretty proud of myself for still sticking with it somewhat. So thank you.